Okay, so we are live. Hi everyone, Rusha here. Hi Rupa.
Hey Trisha, hello everyone. It's good to be back, and we've got a very exciting, interesting topic today, Trisha. I love it.
Yes,
It's very
yes, yes,
hardly
yes,
spoken about topic, and nobody thinks of things. It's just one of those things, huh? Somebody who knows can teach, and that's a teacher. Bus, uske aage nobody
yes,
thinks. Nobody thinks beyond that. So I
yes,
think
yes,
it's a
yes.
fantastic choice of topic you came up with. I was really pleased.
Yeah, and it's like because I think I'm sure this has been your experience probably, but my experience also has been that just like any other field, whether it's corporate, like any other field, here also. You can there can be people who are not safe to learn with, um, unsafe atmosphere. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like just a it's like any other place. That's what I feel.
No, very true.
even though even though it's like a learning environment, but college can be unsafe, university can be unsafe, school can be unsafe, and
Yes,
that's also the thing with martial arts school or
absolutely,
gurukul,
absolutely,
right?
absolutely. Very true, very true. Yeah, it's people are sort of
So,
people like you rightly said. It's just like any other environment, but they don't think of it like that. They think, oh, anybody who has the knowledge can teach, but there is so much more to it than just that. That is the least of your of requirements, I think. As long as you know,
yes.
and more important is you have to be curious yourself as a teacher. Otherwise, it's no
Hmm.
good.
Yes, yes, yes.
Um,
So uh, let's help all the viewers with some pointers that can help them to choose a good teacher, right? So I'll introduce some points. You introduce. We'll talk. We'll elaborate on them,
yes,
right?
yes.
So I think the first very important point I have learned is that there should be a very clean and clear uh, explanation, either it's on paper, on email, about what the rules and regulations or what the terms and conditions are for learning in that school, whether you're learning offline, whether you're learning online. What do you think about that?
It is important, like you said. Then it is no dubiousness for the teacher or for the student or later confusion to arise. Yes, that's the most professional way to go about it. Um, and yeah, it's not too many people might be doing that, but it is a good start. But the more traditional schools may not be happy to do that very commonly. So in which case, the student has to be more wary,
Yes.
more wary, and be on the watch out and not just blindly go with what's there in front. I think it's good to be always wary in any relationship, not just your teacher relationship, with your friends, with anybody new that you are not familiar with. It's good to be wary, I
Hmm.
guess.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
would I would say, another very important point for the teacher is, like I said before, the curiosity. So one is to have the
Hmm.
knowledge, but also if they don't know something, they are happy to go and figure it out and work it out with the student. It's not that I
Hmm.
know everything, I'm going to sit on my high horse, and what I
Hmm.
know is the best and is the be all end all. That sort of
Hmm.
attitude, I think it's not beneficial for the teacher anyway, but not for the student
Hmm.
either, because they're going to get stuck in
Exactly.
some sort of web of lies, or sort of half
Exactly.
information, don't you think?
Yes, yes, exactly. And that's why I think, see, because any teacher who says that I'm too good to have rules and regulation or terms and conditions for my school, I'm too good for that, I'm too high for that, I
Hmm.
think that's not a good place to learn. If this is where you start from, that your ego is so high, to give very simple set of rules and regulations, at least in terms of fees payment, fees payment, and how you will be using let's say instruments at the school, or regarding punctuality, things like that. At least a simple set of terms and conditions should be given, which I think is very beneficial for student to get clarity, to build discipline in terms of their own behavior, their own practice, and this also helps to avoid any conflict. This also helps to build some accountability on part of the teacher, and any teacher who feels resistant to doing that, they are not interested in being accountable. That's a red flag.
Very true, indeed, indeed, indeed. And they need to give also upfront some structure of what they're going to teach, the syllabus, or it could be a very rough estimate, but a skeleton of, what they intend to cover. It can't be arbitrary and, on the fly, I will make it up, because which is not beneficial for the student who's invested time, effort, energy into it. And
Yeah,
I don't let the teacher get away with something like this. The teacher has to honor the student as much as the student needs to honor the teacher. It's a mutual sense of respect. And now
yes,
the teacher is
yes,
made a teacher because of the student. If there's no student, there's no teacher, right? So
correct.
the honor has to be mutual, the respect has to be mutual.
Yes, yes. Some teachers, though, we both agree on this, and uh, that's why I try to give a very elaborate, detailed syllabus for the teacher training course. You have seen it, right?
Yes.
So the thing is that, especially in terms of traditional marketing,
I think Trisha is having a bit of an internet issue. Okay. Yeah. So I think Trisha was wanting to cover something else on martial arts. I'm sure she'll come back and talk on what she was talking.
hi,
Meanwhile,
sorry,
that's she's back. Yeah, good.
yeah, yeah, sorry, I lost you. It's like because the
Connection.
electricity went off. Yeah.
Right.
So, it's especially in terms of traditional learning environments, people are like, oh, teachers can be like, I'm such a senior teacher, so you should just be able to, I have proven myself, so you
Hmm.
should just be able to trust me. Or, there is so much to teach, it's very difficult to give you a syllabus. Or I decide. How to teach, what to teach, depending on your capacity to learn all these things. So
Best
what
excuse
do you what do you
ever.
think? Yeah,
That is
yeah.
the most
What do you
simplest,
think?
most, yeah, the fantastically pointed out points, Trisha, because these are the most easiest and the most lamest that the teachers think the student can't talk back on. That yes, they do know more than the student, and they do or have the upper hand in the relationship sort of idea. And the students generally tend to think, yeah, maybe that is fair, and it depends on where I am. So it's sort of eating into the student's self-respect before the journey is even started. Not a good foundation to start. You have to, I think the main role of the teacher is to have such passion for the field, for the subject, that the passion should infectiously affect the student to want to put more effort, want to more energy, be excited about learning itself, the process of learning, the
Hmm,
knowledge itself. So
hmm.
if you're not getting that, I think, like you say, red flag indeed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, what uh, what what other pointers? What other red flag? I have a list of a few, but
Come on, throw a few more. Throw a few more.
okay. So, okay. So for me, I know you might find this very shocking, but this does happen, and if it comes, I think it's a red flag that if a teacher is kind of passing, like how do you say, like joking comments in a way, body shaming student. Yes.
Really?
Yes, 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 we will do that. That's again a red flag. It's a different thing that if teacher is advising student regarding some kind of health issue. If but for that, if the student has approached, that's always I think that's always the first thing. That's always the healthy thing that there should be consent. That okay, if I approach you for some health issue, then it's good. I'm ready to open to listen to what you have.
Correct.
to solve my problem. But
Yes.
without that, passing some like so-called light-hearted comment on students' appearance or students' body, whether it's a male or a female, I
That
think is a red flag. I
unacceptable.
think is a red flag.
Unacceptable indeed. Yeah, at any level, in any relationship, teacher or not, no matter how much experience and knowledge you have, it's just absolutely
Hmm,
unacceptable.
hmm,
Oh,
hmm,
that's
hmm.
true. Very true. Very true.
Uh,
And imagine teachers doing that, Trisha. Really.
Yeah, yeah. And okay, we are kind of getting into a little bit serious territory because the next 2 points are quite serious. But of course, I want to bring them here.
Please.
Next is I lost my chain of thought. But I feel, and this will come by observing the environment and observing what the people are talking about. Making light-hearted jokes or comments about uh, things that are going on in society, which are about sexual abuse towards women.
Hmm. Sort of edging on the lines of flirtation in a way.
No, no. Like, for example, I have witnessed, like, when I have been in some environments, I have witnessed that teacher, along with their like friends, let's say, uh, making taking it very lighthearted or making a joke about, let's
Some
say,
incident that
and
has
I'm
happened, yeah, in the society. Just
like sexual abuse of women. Yes, 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 yes.
yeah, run
Yeah,
a mile,
and
run a mile.
I, I'm so sorry. I have to give an example of this.
Go.
I'm trying to keep it as censored for YouTube standards as possible. But there was an incident that some women had went through this kind of this kind of accident in her life, and somehow these people, including the teacher and this group of friends, they kind of knew who that woman was, and then they made a very insensitive and very toxic comment that how is it possible she's so ugly.
Good heavens. Oh, oh, oh. Teacher or no teacher, that environment is just unacceptable. Just
Yes,
unacceptable.
yes, yes. And all the people who are watching this, because I really want to puncture the idea of unicorn and butterflies and flowers out of their this scene they have made into their head about how dreamy the traditional so-called traditional learning environment is. It's not. You have to keep it realistic. We are in Kali Yuga. You're dealing with human beings. You're not dealing with gods.
Mind you, there are some amazing teachers out there. I'm sure
Yeah.
there are, and I have
Yes.
heard of a few like that who are so dedicated
Yes.
and in it for
Yes.
the love of the knowledge. But you really
Yes.
have to find them. Don't get
Exactly.
into
And
the commercialism of it, and yeah, you have to.
exactly. And actually you have to take the responsibility of finding a good teacher.
Yes,
So if you are someone who is going to put up with this kind of nonsense comment,
they
then
are
that's the
not.
kind of teacher you will get. You
Yes,
are responsible for that.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. We have to respect ourselves enough to not allow others to disrespect us. If we don't respect ourselves, of course, others are going to disrespect us too. You're opening
Yes.
yourself up like that, like that.
Yes.
Which
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
true,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, that's one thing. And one more thing which I have learned through my experience is that and this is you can your experience could be different, so
Hmm,
that's completely okay. This is my experience. I mean, I'm talking to the viewers.
hmm, hmm.
And this is my experience that I wouldn't really go for teachers who are too dressy, like the typical kind of orange dhoti, and the all the kind of very dressy, in
Or like
uh
trying to put up a face of something very
yes,
strongly rather than just being themselves. Yeah,
yes,
it's
yes,
more
yes,
putting up
yes,
show is unnecessary for the knowledge you are there.
yes, yeah,
True.
because it's like you're trying to again create basically you're trying to give a message that I'm very holy
So it's
because
image,
this is the way.
putting up a face and an
Yeah.
image, creating an image. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I'm very, I am a pedestal above than normal people, which is why I dress like this.
And how
And
lucky
so
are you
you,
about me?
yeah. So you better surrender your discretion. You better surrender your discretion and do as I say.
Yeah, yeah. Never, never, ever do you do that. You have to live your life your way, not your teacher's way or anybody else's way for that matter. So, indeed,
Yes,
yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
And actually, a good teacher does not need
Exactly.
this kind of cult around them.
No, no. If he's got good knowledge, good teaching skills, and the true intention to honor the student and respect the process of teaching, he will have hordes of students wanting his knowledge and attention. It's it's
Yes.
it's it's too basic. Yes, yes, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
important red flag.
So, mm, what else from you, Rupa? Can you think of other things?
I think you covered most of it. At the core, like it again, it comes back to me are the two things: how 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 open your teacher is,
Mm,
how there is nothing that everybody knows all the time, 100% anyway. There are stuff
mm,
everybody is not going to know. How
yes,
openly does your teacher accept it, or says, "Yeah,
yes,
that's a good question. Let me come back to you
yes,
on that." That's all they need
yes,
to do and figure it out.
yeah,
I'm sure they are more likely to figure it out than the student, of course. But to have that
correct.
sense of, love for the knowledge, the curiosity, I think is the sign of a great teacher. And not shutting the
Yes,
student, oh, what stupid questions you're asking, and you don't need to know that. All
yeah,
of this red flags.
yes, yes,
That's
yes,
I think at the
correct.
core of a good human. Only a good human can be a good teacher. So,
Yes,
when they respect anyone and everyone, again, sign of a good human. Of course, you will respect your students, sign of a good teacher too. So, it is that respectful, mutual respect between the student teacher and that open love for the field and knowledge are the main
yeah,
things. If you don't see that in any form, then
right.
run a mile. Just having knowledge, that's another assumption that people tend to have, that just somebody knows something means they're a great teacher. No connection I have seen in my life. The person could
No,
have only, 50% knowledge, but they would be a fantastic teacher because they have the curiosity. They will figure it out. They will teach you the way you understand it. So, the teaching skills are something else to having knowledge. Anybody can read a book and get knowledge. So, being
correct.
a teacher, you need to have a different kind of passion, I think. So,
And this point that you said, actually, it's also because, what happens is when someone is vulnerable like this, and when they honestly tell that, I don't know this,
hmm,
the mindset of society is that they think, oh, he or she maybe is not, uh, doesn't know much.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
Whereas they will give more respect to someone uh, who always has an answer, or who will reply in a flamboyant way, or will have always have a manipulative diplomatic answer. They will prefer and they will give respect. So that's what that's what I said, that this is also up to you. You are getting what you are asking for, what you deserve. If this
Yes,
is the kind of attitude that you want to put on a pedestal, then that's the kind of teacher you're going to get.
yes, yes.
Because, and see, so teachers, why they do this, because they also, like, I mean, they teachers also have insecurity. So if a teacher is highly insecure, he is never going to admit that he doesn't know something,
No, no,
right?
of course not.
So to be honest, if you are insecure, I don't think you should be a teacher. You should like take some time.
You should. You'll work on insecurities no matter what
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want.
Have some patience to become a teacher. That's the thing.
I
Yeah,
agree. I agree. Very true. And yes, it's like you say, it's the student's responsibility. The learning is the student's responsibility. It's not the teacher's responsibility. So it's
correct.
student's responsibility to get the knowledge right, to want to learn right. It is not up to the
Yes,
teacher. So always think, huh, you have
correct,
to teach me. You have no, you have to learn. You have to put some effort, meet the teacher mid ground, want to ask
correct,
questions, learn more. You need to have that craving too. So it's not always
correct,
the teacher's job. And
correct.
like you rightly say, you have to be intelligent enough to look through and not go into that cult like idea of, oh, my teacher knows everything, hands down and
Yeah,
heads down to the teacher sort of
yes,
idea. So you need to
yes,
hold your ground, hold your self-respect, and look through things.
yes,
So
yes,
it's an evolving journey for both, I think, as a teacher
yes,
and as a student, both.
correct. In terms of offline setting of learning, I also want to bring in one more point, which is very important, I feel, is that at least for me, and actually, if you're a woman, this is going to be important for you because we are more vulnerable to falling sick because of different types of because of infections, and that is an absolutely unclean place, unclean, unkept, like a gurukulam space. Like it's like I've seen places which are so dirty. Like no one bothers to clean the toilet. No one has ever bothered to keep the space clean, the rooms clean. Because then I also feel one more thing is that if the authority of that Gurukul, that school, whatever it is, has not bothered, has not cared to keep the learning space clean, for sure they don't care for you.
No,
For
that's
sure.
very true, very true. They don't care for anybody, it looks like, because
Exactly.
cleanliness is like uncompromisable. So
Yes.
it sounds
Yes.
like a garbage dump of a place, but yeah, yeah, very true, very true. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. And also, it's again. So I don't know if it happens. If this is the kind of mindset in all traditional martial arts, but it was like, mostly the people who come to learn are men, and mostly young, mostly bachelor men.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's kind of like this is expected,
No
or, this
excuse.
is
No
tolerable.
excuse, Trisha. Absolutely no.
Exactly.
Man
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
woman, young or old, married or unmarried, doesn't matter. Cleanliness and
Yeah.
respecting the environment is fundamental no matter where you are. Gurukulam, home, office, outdoors,
Yeah.
wherever. So this is very
Yes.
basic. Of course, of course.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Is there are very few places, actually very, very few places which I've seen are it's not about being fancy. It's not about giving facilities. It's about a simple, clean space. At least provide a simple, clean toilet, if nothing else.
I agree. No, it's a sense of, it's a state of mind, and it's amount of
Yes.
respect and this you put into the process, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
very true, very true, very true. Yeah, you can't allow anybody to mess up with you. Like I said, it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman; both deserve respect. Every individual, every animal deserves respect. So yes,
Hmm. Hmm.
that is very
Hmm.
true, very true.
What other pointers from you, Rupa? Any other pointers?
Uh, I think as long as the student is aware throughout, at least the initial period of joining a new teacher, or a new process, they truly have to listen to themselves, to their own gut.
Hmm.
Most
Hmm.
people just sort of go with, like you say, the advertisements and what the other person says, what this person said, or what the other student said and stuff. They don't quite listen to themselves. Not everything is suitable for everybody. Yes, that's sort of a, like you said, for example, that garbage dump. Some men might be okay with it, or some other women might be okay with it. But if I'm not okay with it, I am not okay with it. Just because somebody else is
Hmm.
okay with it and somebody else is saying, "Oh, what's the problem? Why are you making a fuss and making you feel
Hmm.
bad?" Definitely.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
holding your ground and you keeping your trusting yourself and respecting yourself is always
Hmm.
at the core of it. I think at the base, if you have that and you flow with
mm,
the process organically, you can't make a
mm,
bad choice for yourself.
mm,
So that's where it
mm,
comes down to.
mm,
I mean, that you will be more aware of the red flags, you will watch out, and you will improve your learning process. All of this will automatically come into place. At the core of it is you wanting the love of the knowledge, respecting the knowledge, and respecting yourself in the process. I think that's at the
mm.
core of it, and keeping in mind that throughout your journey. You can't
Right.
compromise on that. And I think all the
Yes.
facts and everything you will get more aware of, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. And you said something that be vigilant, like be observant in the initial stages. I would say that it's correct. It's absolutely right. But what I have also experienced, Rupa, is that unfortunately, uh, in these spaces, and like in any other space, it's not like particular to this space of martial arts. In any other space or setting, it could be a corporate office, it could be a government office, it could be a university, is that you can also end up meeting people or meeting teachers who will be very good in the initial few weeks or months, like
Yes.
very very good.
Yeah.
Okay, and once you are like convinced and you settle into,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
this is
agree
this
you
person is a good
win.
teacher,
Yes.
then they switch up.
Yeah. 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 Very true. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Very,
yeah,
very true. Yeah.
yes,
There's
yes.
always
So
good to be
then
on the watch out throughout. Yes. 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 And
exactly.
any scenario, any relationship.
Yes, yes.
Potentially.
And I had to mention this because people think that this is in a more intimate setting, like let's say with your boss or, with your, let's say, guide in university. But this is also possible in the space like traditional martial arts gurukul.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I can imagine. Very true.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
true. Yes. Yes.
yes,
Good.
yes.
Good.
So, yeah, so all these pointers should give some idea, especially for women, on how to look out for your physical safety. Actually, physical safety has, in my experience, has not been an issue, especially but emotional safety, because these kind of environments can hurt you emotionally. Financial safety, because these kind of people can drain your finances, can really spoil your financial health, and of course, as a result of this, it can affect your physical health. So even though no one is actually hurting
Attacking
you,
you. Hmm.
yeah, no one is attacking or hurting you, but this is how you can end up losing your physical health. So these are the points that you really should keep in mind. I know, I would like to say this to students and the viewers who are watching. A lot of people have problem with terms and conditions, some kind of problem with terms and conditions. They think that teachers should not have so many terms and conditions. So as a teacher, I will tell you that if you come across such student, you should probably not take them on board. Yeah, yeah, because terms and conditions help to have a healthy environment.
It
It's
safeguards all
very
the
clear.
interests. Yeah. Yep.
Safeguard you also as a student,
Yes.
and safeguard the teacher also.
True.
that
True.
is that is very important. So understand the importance of terms and conditions, and don't have some stupid ideas that teacher should not have terms and conditions. I don't That doesn't make sense. Yeah, we are not in those times anymore. I don't know why, when it comes to traditional learning space, whether it's martial arts, whether it's other like yoga, whatever, people think that suddenly they have left Kal Yuga behind and entered in Dwapar or Treta Yuga.
It's a wishful thought. Yes. Yes. But does
So
it?
remember, exactly. So remember that you're still dealing with human beings. There are some comments. Dipanjali saying, "This is so shocking. I've heard these comments around me, but not in a martial arts space. Yeah, see, so that's what Deepanjali, because it's like any regular space. As we were saying in the beginning of the session, that it's like any corporate environment. It's like university. It's like school. It's like government office. It's like any NGO,
Yeah,
right?
it could be anywhere. Yeah, any relationship at any point. Could be even your neighbors, for example.
Exactly, neighbor. Then Dipanjali is saying that is a narcissistic trait, changing behavior once you are convinced. Yes. So that is a narcissistic trait, and lot of teachers, and especially, and this is very unfortunate, Rupa, that this you would end up seeing in a lot of people who are accomplished. That's very unfortunate.
It is.
So I would say, so that brings me to this point. I would say when it comes to choosing a good teacher, choose a more grounded, humble uh, teacher who is not who does not fit into social media's attractiveness or popular standards, has a lot of like lakhs and thousands of followers. Choose a teacher like this instead of choosing a teacher uh, who is more dramatic, you know.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
a
yeah,
difficult bait to not take, but yes, it's good to be thinking on those lines indeed.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
yes. Any last words, Rupa?
I think yeah, we covered a range of amazing points, all the positive traits, and more importantly, the negative traits to watch out for anybody. So yeah, I think we did good.
Okay.
Somebody doesn't do the
So
same mistakes.
yeah. So, viewers, then if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you have any feedback, feel free to post in the comments. And I think we'll see you soon with an interesting topic again, whenever that is. And we hope you found this useful. This was kind of injecting sobriety
Mhm.
in the environment of traditional martial arts, at least.
Mhm.
So I hope you all found this useful.
See you all later. Thanks everyone for
Yes,
listening, and hope you guys benefit from this. And we'll see you probably in the exercise session that we do on
yes,
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, thanks, Rupa. See you
Thanks.
soon. Bye.
See you soon. Bye.